F your DJ.
It's your man DJ New Styles.
DJ ELR.
And this is F Your DJ, the podcast. You know what I mean? A podcast for DJs by DJs. What's good, brother?
Man, I'm doing good. How you doing today?
Not bad, not bad. You know what I mean? Let's check in, you know what I mean? How was your weekend?
Man, it was good. The Memorial Day weekend was good, man. Kicked it with family.
Hey,
I'm
that's
over here right now just off this Pusha T disc. I ain't gonna
Ooh,
lie.
okay.
Loving where we at in hip hop right now.
You know, man, it's a great time in hip hop.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's getting back to some real lyrics.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Now about the beats and the gimmicks.
Straight up.
How was your gigs? You know what I mean? More importantly.
Yeah, everything was good, man. We was at Lavish Saturday. We turned up.
Right.
Shout out to Lavish, you know what I'm saying? I was in there, doing our thing.
So,
you know.
let me see where we were at. We were at Jinx and then District and back at Jinx.
Yeah.
Everything this whole weekend was actually pretty lit. Anything wild?
What? Nah, for real, man. We just had no, I can't even think. That's good though, cause on the weekend, on them 3-day weekends, but it be getting
kind of weird,
it
kind of
get shaky sometimes. But we had a good Memorial Day weekend this weekend. Wasn't no troubles wasn't no fights, no nothing like that, and it was just a good time, man.
Same here, man. Everything's been pretty cracking. It's been graduation. What was that even about? Graduation. Graduation in Jamaica at the same time. Anyway, graduation week, kind of, you know what I mean? So it's been a lot of graduates. People, I'm a graduate, you know what I mean? Getting that money now. It's time to get that shit money. Trying to get that shit money, you know what I mean? Yeah, bro, pretty easy weekend. It's generally pretty lit because of the the holiday weekend. The people don't have to work on Monday, so always too. Shout out to everybody that had a barbecue. Turned up with us, you know what I'm saying? Kept a brother's stomach on fat.
Yeah, I did a little grilling myself, man.
Oh, man, you don't want to see me.
Yeah, I don't want no smoke, but I did a little something.
All right. So, back to, let's get to some real DJ talk, man.
Yes, we got a good guest today this week, man. Like,
you know what? DJ O. If you don't know his name, you probably do. You know what? You probably know his tag from the radio. You know what I mean? I don't even know. Yo, I'm on fire. Is that what I say? Maybe that's what that drop say. Or I don't know if you watch the Milwaukee Bucks or the NBA. You tune into the Bucks. This is the official DJ. You know what I mean? I DJ down there, but he DJ for the Bucks. You dig what I'm saying? So that's another hat that a DJ wears. We always talk about the different positions.
Yeah, different avenues and different perspectives of being a DJ. Because there's so many different avenues that you can embark on and just being a DJ. So
he's been in radio
plenty different
for
avenues.
Countless of years. On
Private
radio,
events.
left radio, back to radio. He's a record breaker. He breaks records. You know what I mean? He really I've seen old play records out of nowhere. You don't even know who was that. Oh yeah,
That too.
Man. He's an all-around fresh DJ. He cold. You know what I mean? You might, one thing I know about and I let him explain this, but you know what I mean? You might catch throw an acapella out of anywhere, fam, and then throw an instrumental. You be like, man, pretty lit. But you know what? Without further ado, let's get my man DJ on here. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to swap out seats real quick, you know what I mean? Let my man feel at home. DJ, it's DJ O. Hey, did I mess it up? What does that sample say?
I think Missy said, yo, I'm on fire.
Yo, I wasn't too far off, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm on fire. So let me introduce you. DJ O. DJ O. Man, where do I start? We met probably what? Clubhouse. What year was that?
99.
That's what I'm saying. 98, 99.
Yeah, 98, 99.
You've been pushing and trucking, bro, and grinding ever since. Never look back.
That's true. It's crazy because that was my start. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Clubhouse was my opportunity to get into the DJ world because I had aspirations to get into the game. I love the movie Juice.
Okay.
Yo, did you know this shit? I didn't know this. DJ Scratch did all the cuts for Q in that movie.
No way.
I never knew that.
That's funny. What's crazy about that, man? Like once you really get like past the like infatuation of the DJ part of that, and then you really look at it, you be like,
examining it.
You be like, man, dude, offensive motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? He ain't really doing that, you know what I mean? But the first time I saw it, I'm like, oh my God, this is the coldest thing ever. You see Dewey stick that up, and you like, wait a minute, that man hands with that scratch, huh?
Right.
That's cold.
That's
explains everything.
Wow.
Never
That
did.
explains
Yo,
everything.
I just found
Well,
out.
how'd you figure it out?
I found out probably about a month ago. I was watching something on DJ Scratch's Instagram, and he mentioned, like, this is the cuts from the Pump It Up routine.
Oh wow, that's big.
But that, that type of stuff made me wanted me to become a DJ. I was always in love with music. I grew up listening to all types of music, old stuff. Like I couldn't listen to Hot 102 and all that stuff back in the day. Like all the Dr. Dre's and Snoops. I had to be familiar with
Bless you.
with Luther and all the greats and stuff. Stephanie Mills, all that, Nita, all those guys. And then I got a chance to learn all the old stuff, and then got a chance to learn all the stuff I wanted to listen to too, like Cube, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I just love the way that I could help. Like as a DJ, bro, like you get a chance to like make people forget about what they're going through.
Right.
For that.
How'd you get into the wheels? How'd you love music? You were getting the old school, but how'd you end up on some turntables?
So what happens with me, man, is once I set my mind on something, I like go after it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So in this situation, I linked up with the B-Boy Productions crew. Right. Shout out to Doc B.
What up, Doc B?
So he was down at the hip hop spot in Capitol Court. I'm like, yo, man, I want to get down. Remember the clothing store?
Okay.
And I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get down. And as DJs, we hear this all the time. Like, yo, I want to DJ. So you never really take them serious until you show
take action, right?
Right, and then when you start seeing that they're serious, and you're like, oh, okay, I might rock with it. I might see where they at. And I just kept pestering dude, and then my uncle at the time, he worked security at the clubhouse. I was like, oh man.
Who's your uncle?
My uncle Ern. My uncle Ern. R.I.P.
I'm pretty sure I know him.
Yeah, he's no longer with us, but so he used to bring me out there on Friday with Jinx. And R.I.P. to Jinx too.
R.I.P. I was just about to say that.
But Jinx let me, let me get on during some of them early hours. That 7 o'clock.
Oh, see, I thought you were you like just getting it together then, or you knew how to mix then?
No, I was just getting it together.
I had no idea, bro. I really thought you was already rocking back then.
Nah, man. I just had aspirations for it, man. And so before I even had equipment, I would try to practice on other people's stuff and record my stuff and listen to myself. I'm like, oh, my stuff don't sound like, Fresh G or Wolf D right now. Now I gotta go back to the lab. Yeah. But I would try to mimic their mixes and stuff. That's how I learned. It would, nobody actually sat down like, yo, you should do this right here and there. I just learned it,
just listening and trying to
and being observant.
Right.
Yeah. I definitely understand that. Okay, so obviously that's because me and you just met like 2 years ago, right? Two and a half years ago. So and I had just moved to Milwaukee, was fresh out here, and obviously I come in town. The first thing I do is I go listen to the radio because I'm trying to figure out what do y'all listen to here. It's a new city. I'm moving from Tennessee. That's the South. So I know there's gonna be a difference in music. So I'm listening to the radio and I'm hearing the mixes. And I remember it because I was actually in the process of moving and I'm driving in the U-Haul and I'm listening to a mix. I'm like, yo, this mix fire, like, okay. And then I remember.
Wait, pause. Don't you hate when you have to be in the U-Haul and then all you can listen to is the mix?
You already know.
Ain't nothing else.
That's what it is.
Man, who crack it today? Oh, man.
And that was something cool too. Like, and that's another thing. Like, as far as in the Milwaukee area, I always tell people, man, I know if you're from here, people might not look at it like that, but the fact that y'all DJs can get on the radio and do DJ sets and it's multiple DJs, that's dope. Everybody's not doing that everywhere. I'm from Dayton, Ohio, and they're not doing that there. Like, they have sets where people do stuff, but like y'all have a whole Saturday morning blocked off. So everybody just cutting up. Like,
I can't even take the credit for that. You know what I mean?
No, I know, but
I mean, what we're doing right now on the station was my idea, but it came from another idea. So my thing was like, you know, and I told Styles this at the time. I'm like, yo, I want to give an opportunity for other cats to be on, because that's how I got on. Like how I got on was
to let everybody know. On what? Mainstream radio.
On mainstream radio.
What radio station?
V100.7 WKKV.
Yep.
In Milwaukee. So, you know, at the time, I was a part of a collective mix show. Like, my first opportunity on the radio regularly was part of a collective mix show. And so I thought what would be cool, because they were forcing me to take this time slot, is I'm like, yo, let me get other cats an opportunity to get on, you know, get some shine a little bit, you know, that type of stuff. Because when I was coming up, or when I was young and stuff, that's how I got on. So I want to give other people the opportunities. You know, and I'm a real believer in, like, you know, karma and all that stuff. And
that's dope. That's dope. But no, like that was just me just pointing out y'all's scene here. But back to what I was saying about you though. So anyhow, I remember that and heard the mix, and obviously I heard the tag, and I was like, yo, that's dope, man. So then I ended up meeting you down the road. So like for me, I guess a good question that I would have for you is somebody who doesn't know anything about where you started and how you started. What do you feel like? What made you, like, obviously, you know, I think as a DJ you fall in love with music before you really fall in love with DJing. But like, what was that moment that you started DJing and you fell in love with the act of like DJing and being able to control a crowd and understand that you had that power to make people forget for that moment?
So, funny shit. All right, so that moment came before I actually became a real DJ.
Okay.
All right, so back in the day, we all went to these like pre-college things at colleges, right?
Yeah.
Right, and you know they have you stay there for a week for the summer,
right.
And then the last day they have the party. The night before they had the party, right? So
which I've never been to college. I'm just agreeing with you because
but I never went to college. So, but like when you were in middle school or something, they, you know, you can go to these pre-college programs.
Oh, I think I do know.
So it's kind of like a week retreat. Or
Yeah.
And so the night before we would leave and stuff, and this started with my 6th grade year, I was like, I wasn't really interested in the chicks or whatever. You know, I'm up there like, I'm up there trying to see what this guy is doing.
Right.
Now this guy is, you know, typical cookie cutter guy. You know, I'm like, hey man, can I play some songs and stuff like that? And so they let me play a couple records, and I'm not sure what it was. It was CDs. Okay. He was CDs.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, man, play this song. Yeah. You got this? Oh, you ain't got that. Okay. What about this? Oh, okay. You can play this. Yeah. All right, let's play this. Let's play "This Is How We Do It" by Montel Jordan. I mean, like stuff like that. But just seeing the reaction that I had with people, they started at a young age. Like it was,
and you knew it.
Yeah, I knew it. I was like, oh, I want to do this. I want to do this.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Now, this is more of a, and I'm gonna just kind of bounce around because I'm just thinking of stuff. So, what's like? I know what you play is a little bit different than what may be played in the club, right?
Right.
So, just to give that example, what's something hot right now that you're playing that you feel like you play a lot of, being on the radio?
Okay.
In comparison to what you may hear in the club.
You talking radio music?
Yeah, I'm just saying like selection of songs.
So,
can I do this and refine the question? So, being a radio jock, I know this question. Is there a difference between DJing on the radio and DJing in a nightclub?
Yeah, I mean, because in the nightclub audience a lot of times is a little bit different than the radio audience.
Right.
And there's stuff that will work on radio that will not work in the club.
Right,
so we'll take a song like Stir Fry. You hear that on V100.7 right now?
Yeah.
All right, cool. You hear that in the club right now? it's not probably not doing much for you because then it came and went. You know what I mean? There's certain things with that, and then there's certain things that grow from the radio. Like we'll take a record like "Booed Up" by LMA.
I was about to say that too.
You know what I mean? That record got big from the radio and spilled over into the clubs.
What's crazy about that record in general, though, that record is like all the thugs like that record too. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter whether it's guy or girl. Like you see the guys, you know what I'm saying, two-stepping up, boot up. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. But I say that I ask that to say, a lot of people might just think like, oh man, you know, just because you can DJ on the club, you can be a radio jock or a radio DJ, and you know, there's a certain format when it comes to radio, and we have to follow that when we're in the mixed show.
So, I mean, and I'll say this without getting in trouble. Anybody that knows me personally knows that my filter is like low. So, so I have to be conscious of that. I'd be conscious of what I say, but radio is very political, man. It's not like it used to be. Very political. I mean, a lot of DJs, like, and I would go off on a limb of saying like a good 90% of the DJs in the country cannot play what they want to play. You know, they have to go based off of playlists from programmers and the higher ups. You know what I mean? And so you have to get okay. Like I had to get okay to play. If there's a new the new Pusha T record right there, that disc record, I had to go ask my higher up. I mean, I had to like yo, can I play this song? Can I play this? Like, yo, if everybody's talking about it, I had to sell it. Like, yo, everybody's talking about it right now. Him and Drake is going back and forth. ABC News has talked about this. It's on Twitter.
It's hot.
Right, I had to sell it a lot of times. You know what I mean? Whereas, like with the club, if you know something hot,
it's gone. It's out of here. Hey, you right though. That's how I go. But that's cool too, because that's why I asked the question about just seeing the difference in records. Like he said, just to show the difference that it's different, and because, you know, like I said, this is the whole thing about the show, is just showing people that there's different aspects of being a DJ. You know, like you said, you do it all. You've done it all. Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying, you know, everybody has their niche to where they say, okay, this is where I'm most comfortable, what I do the most. You know what I mean? And it's different. And you got to put on different hats and think differently depending on what your situation is.
I would classify myself as far as a DJ in general.
Yeah, that's one of the questions I wanted to ask you. What type of DJ do you represent?
I feel like I'm a party rocker. I feel like, generally speaking, I can go into damn near any situation and perform and do an outstanding job. Not a great job, an outstanding job. Like whether it be radio, whether it be, you know, the hood club, whether it be the regular club, whether it be old people, whether it be top 40 crowd, whether it be kids. Like, I really feel comfortable. I feel like my me being able to conform and be a chameleon to my surroundings is like one of the things that
that's dope.
That play well with me. Like, I could look at a crowd like, oh, this is gonna be a Lil Pump type night. You know what I mean?
What does that mean to you? You know, to anybody? Like, what does it take to get there? Like, you know, a battle DJ, you know, you have to be able to do certain techniques and cuts and stuff like that. To rock a club, it takes some sort of practice. And how many years have you been in the game? Practicing.
Man, I've been in the game for years, man. I mean, it's just sometimes as DJs, we can think we're the smartest people in the room, and we can fight what we see. We'll see what they want, and we like, no, man. But this is what I'm going with, or what I already had my mindset on, or.
And that's what makes a good or a bad DJ, man.
So me as a party rocker, it's my job to rock the party, and so I'm gonna rock the party. Now, there's certain DJs that they have followings where they can train their crowd to like wherever they like.
Right.
You know what I mean? So some cats are like that.
But you run into problems with those situations, because if you do that and you're booked somewhere and your crowd doesn't come and you're in a room full of people that don't know you, you need to understand how to rock the crowd.
Regardless.
Right, but then those people are some a lot of times with DJs, our Achilles heels are ego, and those egos will get you like, oh, you know what? They don't know real music. Like, no, man, they.
You know what kills my ego is when the dance floor empties.
Yeah, that's for me.
Well, that's a big thing too. And I remember when I was starting to learn how to like do clubs and stuff like that. Like a buddy told me that he's like, man, you gotta see how people moving and reacting to the music. It's not about what you want to hear, what you want to play. Watch and see how they react, and they're gonna tell you what they want to hear. They literally gonna tell you.
Without coming to tell you.
You're gonna see what's going on,
right.
and that's very important. That speaks to a whole nother conversation of like as far as
and
clubs.
what are some of those telltale signs to let people know? You know what I mean?
Well, for me as a club DJ, because I'm gonna say that's what I do most of. You can tell how people rock, how people move. If you play a record and it's 20 people on the dance floor and they jumping around and you hearing them singing it, guess what? You need to find something in that pocket. Now, if you playing something and everybody's standing at the bar and they all looking and you can hear just people talking, that's not it.
Right.
That's not it. You need to switch it up and find the next wave. Immediately.
I like
you know what I'm saying?
No doubt. I like to see what are the ladies doing.
Right, and that's another piece too. That's my dude. That's really the key.
You know what I mean?
Women gonna always dictate everything.
Because even
a chick
can tell you by her body language and by talking to her friends, if the record is moving or it ain't going nowhere.
Let me say this real quick. And what DJs should realize, especially if you're doing clubs, all right? Yeah, you can play the song that your homeboy like, that new track from, I don't know, from such and such.
Right.
We'll say Meek Mill.
Right.
We'll say Meek Mill, Amen. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I like that joint personally. All right?
Right.
So, but that's not a record that really is catered towards the female. So if I play towards my guys all night, you know who ain't dancing?
The female.
And you know what's all on the dance floor?
The
guys.
And that's where the aggression come in, and then that's where the fights come in.
And then not even just that. You know what the women do eventually?
They out of there.
They leave. And you know what the guys do? Because they ain't no women.
They
out.
leave.
And then now
that's why you always gotta play to the women.
So you always play in the clubs. You always try to play to the women, because even if I don't like Travis Porter, or whatever, Shake a Little Fast or whatever.
Right.
If she likes it, I'm trying to get with that. Most guys go to the club to try to hook up with or find somebody new. You know what I mean? So, I mean, they ain't to dance with the guys. So they want to pay attention to what's out there on the floor.
Right, you should.
It's 2018.
Well, it's funny, bro, because, and again, that's why it's just about seeing how people are moving and seeing what the ladies are moving to and stuff, because it's 2018. Like he said, now sometimes women, it's not just the Travis Porters they want to hear. They want to hear the T Grizzlies and the Moneybag Yo's. The ladies want to hear that too. So you just gotta watch and see. They'll tell you what they feeling, just how they moving and how they respond.
It also depends on where you at too.
Yeah,
valid question. Check this out. Question to both of y'all. Do y'all believe that you control the music that you play controls or dictate fights?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I gotta kind of say yeah, because, bro, if you playing some Al Green, niggas is gonna be looking like, what the hell is this nigga playing, bro? You play something like that out of pocket, that's killing the whole mood immediately. You know what I'm saying? And like, let's say for example, in like Lavish, that's a hood club. So if I'm in here and I was just turning up the Moneybag Yo and I see it's getting tense, or even if I just slow it down and play a slow record, or I play Booed Up, niggas get now they in here two-stepping. You know what I'm saying? It just depends. And I hate to say this because I'm not trying to be messy.
Say it.
But this is something else I learned, bro. It's weird, but I feel like when club owners let people smoke weed in the club, that stops a lot of fights. I'm not saying that you should let people smoke weed in your club, but I'm just telling you what I've observed as my time being a DJ in multiple states. when the club owner lets people smoke weed in the club, niggas be too high to want to fight. Just telling you my opinion.
Man, I never thought about it.
From multiple states, I've seen that. That's my observation.
So, I kind of disagree with you. I agree with you.
That's fair.
I agree with you to a point, but I remember having people fight off of Aaliyah Rock the Boat back in the day. Aaliyah Rock the Boat.
That's crazy.
Right.
They were just ready to get to it though.
So
they wasn't just ready to get to it.
I do think that you can diffuse certain things.
Right.
So
okay. I like that.
So if you see the tension getting thick on the flow, then you switch it up.
You gotta catch it early.
You gotta catch it early.
Yeah, that's what.
So if I know I'm in the middle of some shit that's kind of rough, then I really go hard for the chicks. I'm really like we twerking,
we about to twerk until it's all said and done.
So this is the thing on that. So I do believe, I like how you say like you know, we do have an influence, but if a fight is going to happen, it's going to happen.
That's true too.
Now I do believe that we do have the influence to the point. If you do see something cracking, we have the tipping point. You know what I mean? If you see that tension, you're like, oh man, there go these dudes that's always tripping. They're in the middle of the dance floor. Do you play the hottest record even though you want to play the hottest record and they can technically fuck up that moment?
Yeah. You're not even gonna get
that moment. It's bro. How many times have you been in this situation? It's about 1:15.
Yep.
You've saved this record. This is the moment. All the hard legs is on the floor. Or it's a pocket of women that they look like they just ain't gonna get along. If you play this one record, you know everybody's turned up. And that can start a fight. So are you a good DJ or a bad DJ in that moment?
I mean, you can be
I know the smart DJ do.
But you know what? That's in the eye of the beholder too sometimes.
So I was the bad DJ at one point in time, and we was at a club, Caribbean Culture Club. I remember the manager, and this is I'm spinning vinyl. I remember I'm playing Lil Jon, and old boy came up and snatched the needle off the record like, cut that shit off. And your face was my face, and there was complete silence, and I was like, New Year's Eve.
What?
Stop it, man.
So I mean,
what happened? That's all I want to know.
Right.
You know, at that point, ego's bruised. You know, at this point, ego
for real.
Ego bruised, bro. I go because you talking about 23-year-old me, 22-year-old me, or something like that.
Right.
Ego bruised. Ego's like beyond bruised. I'm like, man, I should cut my shit off. I should just go ahead
and pack it up.
Right. You know, let me just go ahead and get this money because I ain't got paid yet. So let me just go ahead and do the night. I want to talk to him about it later. And he told me, he's like, yo, no offense, you know, my bad. Maybe I shouldn't have did that. But at the end of the day, I'm protecting my investment. Like I'm protecting.
That's
like
legit.
Like you saw what was about to happen, and you didn't do anything.
Control it, right?
You didn't do anything.
Your part. You didn't do your job as a DJ, because that's the, you know what I mean. It's all about people doing their job.
At the time, I didn't know how to
younger
read
in
the
the
crowd.
game.
Yeah, I didn't know how to read a crowd.
Right.
I mean, a lot of people know what records to play, but they don't know how to play them.
Right. That's real, and it takes time too. Like you said, it comes with reading the crowd because you have, you know, I think a lot of times just being in the club, you'll know what's to play. Mm-hmm. But like you said, it's a matter of knowing how to play it, when to play it, and I think that's where the expertise comes in, and just knowing like, okay, if I play it like this, and then bring it behind this, I can keep it. You know what I'm saying? It's just about having that thought process on it. So, no, that's real though.
What do you guys, both of you guys think are the biggest challenges with breaking new music in this market? Like as far as like club DJs.
In this market?
And I ask that because, you know, I don't do clubs every week anymore. And so I'll come back and do a guest spot. I'm like, okay, I know they're on this. They know on this? Like I go through that sometimes. But I wonder why.
So
you go first, and then I go after you.
And I hate to say it like this.
Man, be free, man.
It's a couple.
Be free. It's your show, man.
It's right. This is your show. But hey, so it's a couple things. One, I feel radio pigeon-toes a lot of the growth of what happens. Two, you can't necessarily blame radio because we have the internet. So what is everybody listening to? So my thing is, it has to be the audience, the target. It doesn't matter where I go, whether that's downtown or South Side, whatever type of club. People generally don't reach outside of the box here. Period. It takes until radio play it 1,000,000 times before people really jump on. Now, if it sounds like the movement, it's a culture thing. Like I bet you, if in Atlanta it's the same thing. I bet you when it's you know what I'm saying, and you in LA, it's the same thing. When you hear that bounce, that whatever bounce it is, people hear like, oh, okay, that's that doom doom doom, that fast music, that booty shaking music. That's what Milwaukee. They love that up tempo. Right. Detroit, but I think that's our sound.
Yep. I agree with you. I agree with you, Styles.
Okay, so for me, I think that I'm gonna obviously don't have as much insight as you guys do because you guys have been.
So that's a good thing, though.
Right. So I'm just giving you my perspective on it. So being here 2.5 years, and also because I'm a DJ and I release my own records that I try to play and try to break and things like that.
Pretty good. Be the freaks.
Hey, I hear it on the intro. That's my single. Shout out my partner Diggy. But I think it has a combination of that, and it's also just this market, the way that you guys consume music here. So that's why, for me, I look at it when I first got here and somebody told me, man, they look at Boosie like he Pac here. But see, Boosie is, like you said, it's that demographic, and it's also about how he still puts out CDs when he releases projects. Because his artists and his fan base and his consumers, they still consume his music like that. So in an era where all streaming, when you hearing the latest stuff, it's the hottest on this playlist, so it's popping everywhere else. Mm-hmm. Here in Milwaukee, you gotta be handing out physical CDs because everybody's still riding around the CDs here. Not saying that it's a bad thing, but that's just the market here. So I noticed that, like, not saying that they don't have a grasp on everything else, but I think that is a big deciding factor on what people listen to and what people hear. Because everybody, it's what they riding around listening to. And they 9 times out of 10 might be riding around listening to this on, you know what I'm saying, whatever.
Right.
I could be wrong, but that's just the assessment that I've been seeing, because certain artists here are very big, but then also, even like a lot of you guys as local artists, they're really big, but then I see them, they still handing out CDs and stuff, like, and not saying that, you know what I'm saying, but then you look at other areas, like in Atlanta and different areas, some artists, like I said, some artists just release projects and they don't even have no physical copies. Mm-hmm. It's all digital, but they still got a movement behind it. Like, they still doing numbers, they still getting streaming, they getting shows, they getting endorsements, whatever off of it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just seeing it from that perspective, on top of what you were saying.
Right. So we don't want to keep you. I know. DJ O, busy man,
busy guy.
But couple more questions, because let's dip off into we always talk about the different hats that we wear. So the next hat, Milwaukee Bucks. You DJ for the game. It's different from being a radio jock. It's different from being a club jock. It's different from anything else. If you want to run that down for us real quick, how did you get the gig, and what does it take? Like, how do you know what to play? Like, can you play YB and Kenny at a Bucks game?
Yeah, I mean, technically, yeah, I can play. And shout out to the people over there. Because they've given me a long leash, very long leash.
That's good.
But with long leashes, you can hang yourself.
Yeah, great
responsibility. So check this out though, because they came from what? They came from a guy kind of pressing the buttons, the band, and the guy pressing buttons, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
at the end of the day, when you're doing stuff for a stadium or arena, you're doing it. Whatever you do affects the whole building. So there's certain pockets of the night where I get to play all this hip hop stuff for the players. Like, so the players are getting geeked up, shooting around, da da da. And I can play wherever I want to play within reason, obviously. You know what I mean? And then there's other times where I'm trying to get the crowd into, or have like, you know, a festive time. I can either play hip hop if it's festive, like something like Block Boy JB, Look Alive right now. Since so huge crossover, I can do that right now where it makes sense, or I might have to do Pitbull or something like that. But I had to be very versatile with the music, and especially here. I mean, one thing about the Midwest, man, like we pull from everywhere. We pull from the south, and north. I mean, the south, the east, the west. You know what I mean? So I had to play a little bit of everything. Okay. And then even there, you're trying to appease the
pockets.
Season ticket holders. I mean, those are the people that
they gonna tell you that's the opinions.
That they do surveys and get feedback and stuff like that. Like so. And right now we're skewing. They're skewing younger. You know what I mean? For years, that fan base has been very old. The ones
conservative, probably.
Yeah. So it was a lot of classic rock, a lot of Billy Idol, and you know, Kiss and AC/DC and stuff like that. Nothing wrong with those. Right. But you want to have pockets of a little bit for everybody. And how I got the position, man. Nothing. This is a battle fam. There was a little audition thing, and I'm still to this day don't know how many people went after it because everybody had like closed session.
A different type of battle, baby. A different type of battle. You had to play your records for some people and see if you won.
Yeah, panel. It was like a panel of people, man, and I mean
practice, baby, practice.
Nothing but God. I put it that way, man. Nothing but God. But there was a combination of stuff. They weren't just looking for a person that was a DJ. They wanted somebody that, you know, knew what songs to play at the right time, could put together like any basic production, any basic beats or something, like remixing and stuff for like the cheerleaders and stuff like that, dancers, all that stuff. So they were looking for a combination person. So it's not just one person. So I guess my biggest advice for any DJ, especially anybody up and coming, is just try to get used to and familiar with various shits, like not just one pocket. Like music is. I mean, at the end of the day, man, this is a business. You know what I mean?
That's number one.
This is a business. You know what I mean?
That's why they call it the music business.
Yeah, if you want to have more opportunities, you learn more stuff. You know what I mean? If you're gonna stay in one lane, people only gonna look to you for that one lane. Right. But the more lanes and the more baskets you have, the more chances you have of reaping
to play ball.
Yeah, that's very true.
Dig. Couple more questions here. Who's your favorite DJ and why?
I got two.
He waiting on him, so he's like, I'm waiting on him.
No, I got two. I got two though. I got two. Shit, I got three. Can I give you my top three?
Yeah, top three. That's cool.
All right. Jeff, of course, Jazzy Jeff.
That's where he is. He one or three?
I feel like he's unanimous though. Like it's kind of hard to not pick him, but I mean I understand everybody has their different flavors.
I would say one. I mean, just being he's a combination of not only technical but creative too. Mm-hmm. He's a producer, so you know he puts out projects and stuff like that. Like he had his hand in a lot of the early Hidden Beach record stuff. So a lot of Jill Scott's early stuff, a lot of Philly stuff. I mean, dude's just very talented. Like he's not just a DJ. And going back to some of the stuff I like. Now, this guy is not the most technical guy, but one of the best party rockers I've ever seen in my life, Kid Capri.
Okay. That's dope. That's a good one.
The reason why I say Kid Capri is not only is he he knows what to play. He can read the crowd.
He's in control.
He's in control. He can, and he'll get on the mic and use that as another instrument. Like a lot of DJs, some cats that are real great on with the tables are mute.
Right.
And you don't know. I mean, not to take anything away from Jeff, but Jeff don't. You go to Jeff's show, he don't talk at all.
I seen him at South by Southwest. He didn't say nothing.
No,
he was cold though.
He was cold.
Damn, he didn't say anything at all.
No, he didn't
I can't remember. I don't think so. I think you might have said something like in the beginning.
I've never seen the play live.
Oh, okay.
I never seen
This
the play
year,
live.
Summerfest.
I know.
All right, so, but he'll hire.
Okay, MC. Right.
So,
well, that makes sense.
So for years he had Skills. Now Mad Skills is now doing his own DJ stuff, and but now he has a Rhyme Fest, and or sometimes he has his son, who also
I think
spits.
he was there. Might have been there.
Yeah, his son spits too. So, and last but not least, man, like I have a dark horse, and then I got a legend. So I give you the legend, Rectangle. Milwaukee's very own.
It wasn't like Waukesha very own.
He said Waukesha.
Southeastern Wisconsin.
If you don't live in Milwaukee, nobody's gonna know that.
Southeastern Wisconsin.
True.
But there, I mean, he was obviously, as you know, he's one of the pioneers of just taking battle DJing to a whole nother level. You know what I mean? Just I've only got the chance to see him like once live, but it was just like shit. You know what I mean? Like I've seen him in tapes, and you know for years he was making those battle tapes and stuff like that. And my honorable mention would probably be because now I feel like, first of all, I feel like Rectangle. I would love to have seen Rectangle Scratch go at it.
I think Scratch will eat him up though. I think I might have to go with Scratch, bro.
Okay. So my dark horse, and a lot of people don't know about this cat. This cat, he's in Atlanta right now. He used to be Ludacris's DJ, JC, who is phenomenal with the cuts, but also another very creative dude, like with the blends and stuff like that. Cold.
That's tight.
Like you gotta check him out.
Look him up.
Yeah, he's the
You got a nice little list. You got a nice little player list.
I think before the DJs get out of here, we always ask, man, you know what I mean, what's your DJ pet peeve?
A pet peeve, man?
DJ pet peeve.
Mine's is super easy. You already know what this is. I hate being bothered when I'm DJing. Like, I don't mind a request, but I don't want to be like
there's a difference between a request and being bothered.
Put it this way: if I'm in a DJ booth, I don't want.
Kick it time, fam.
I don't want 5 chicks in the booth and stuff like that.
Right,
no disrespect,
man. Too much going on.
No disrespect, man.
I gotta pay attention.
I don't have no problem with people in my booth. It's just, man, act accordingly, respect everything that's going on.
Yeah.
And
it just depends, man. It depends on what the circumstances are. Because sometimes I just don't want nobody in there, and then sometimes it's cool. But I think it just depends on where I'm at. Because like sometimes if you got people in there, it's too much, man. Like, they don't respect your space.
Yeah.
Then you gotta worry about people with drinks and just being drunk.
Yeah.
Like
man.
It can be a lot.
Let me work. I came here to work.
Right.
I'll go to your work. That's what
exactly. You know what I'm saying?
So,
especially because, like, again, the conversation we just had about paying attention to crowds and stuff. Like, yo, people don't understand DJs. And in all honesty, you should be 2 or 3 songs ahead of what's being played. Mm-hmm. So on top of reading the crowd, you still got to be 2 or 3 songs ahead of what's being played, and then you know what I'm saying. Then people come in with requests and just different things. So don't nobody want to be dealing with all the extra stuff. Like he said, we here to do a job. Like that's what you paid us to come in and do. So I understand both sides of that.
Right away.
Well, brother, we appreciate you, man.
Definitely appreciate
DJ. That good combo. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully somebody picked up some good gems, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. And, you know, I want everybody to go, give them all your social media.
Definitely.
Everything's at DJ0414. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all that stuff.
Yeah, so that's at DJ0414. He does it all. You know what I mean? Get at him. You know what I'm saying? You want to do mixtapes, something like that. You want a man to be at your mama's wedding. You want him, man. I'm telling you, this guy. He does it all, man.
Hey, I'll give you this last little secret. If you ever become a mobile DJ, let's say you're a club DJ right now, and become a mobile DJ, you will tear up shit. You know why? Because traditional mobile DJs don't tear up shit. So you come from a club atmosphere, and they're like, oh shit, all right, we just going to a wedding. Yeah. No, you treat that shit like a club. You're like, oh shit, man, we going in like next 12 o'clock right now. All right, that's it.
One gym, see? That's how you make all this money. That's why you getting so much money, man. You know what I mean?
Run with it,
you turn the wedding, you know what I'm saying, reception to the club. You dig me? Well, man, it's good talking to you, bro, man. You know what I'm saying? Much luck and respect and prosperity. And man,
yeah, have you back though.
Oh man, come on, man. Definitely have you back.
We're gonna keep it going, keep it moving, man. We're gonna have you on for some more
right
DJ
away.
talk.
Right away, man. F your DJ, the podcast. You know what I'm saying? DJ O. We out of here. Catch you next time. Podcast for DJs by DJs. You dig me? DJ ELR, DJ O.
Let's go.
Yeah.
F your DJ.